Hello and welcome to another episode of the MTG Arena Run. Today we're going to go into quick constructed with another stock deck. This time it's the River Heralds. This is another tribal deck. Previously we played with the Legion of Dusk, which was a white-black vampires deck. This time we'll be playing with the green-blue merfolk deck. Traditionally merfolk were mostly just blue. There were a few white merfolk and black merfolk in some previous other sets, but for the most part, it's traditionally mono blue. Ixalan's the first set to introduce green merfolk in significant numbers, as actually green merfolk as a concept. And the iteration of this deck is primarily creatures, lots and lots of creatures. This one's all about synergy between the merfolk, and most of their spells would care about either boosting their pumping merfolk or protecting merfolk. So in terms of interaction, it's actually I would say that the interaction is on a minimal level. It's mostly you trying to play your game faster and better than their opponent could play theirs. So while I like the concentration of merfolk, I'm not too keen on playing this as is without without having any way of interacting with your opponent. For for one, I've for one, this deck goes very well when it's working well. But let's say you play your first few threats and your opponent is able to answer them, they'll be in a much better position than you would be usually most of the time. So, any case, I'm gonna see how this goes. This deck is generally better than an untuned deck or a deck that stumbles early on. But if your opponent has answers, it is not gonna be very easy to catch up. Also, there are several cards here like Deep Root Waters. You need to cast stuff or it doesn't do anything. Dive down. So dive down basically just protects your stuff. River Heralds boon's really good if you have your creatures in play. Not so much if you don't. Though this is actually quite decent now I think of it. Still, I would prefer I would prefer more interaction in my opinion. But let's see. Let's give this deck a try. So that's basically my quick hot take on this deck. We'll see if I play rightly or if I prove myself right or wrong. Anyway, so that's my comments for now. We're gonna proceed into deck play. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you very much for putting up with me on this one.